Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. So today's practice is going to be all about being in the present moment. And hopefully you guys are being present and there is no internet issues. So earlier today I posted on my Instagram site a quote from the Buddha saying, do not dwell in the past and do not think about the future, and just concentrate on the present moment. And so many times are we letting go of our present moment and giving our power away to things that have already happened in the past, or we're projecting into the future on something that hasn't happened. We could be doing something right in this moment and be thinking about the next thing. So as we're sitting here today on our mat and we're going through our practice, this practice is to help you also off the mat. So maybe you think about where you realize where your thoughts are during the entire practice and see if you can keep bringing them back to this moment here. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and we will start on our mats seated. And you can sit on the heels, you can sit cross-legged. Find a position that just feels comfortable to you and that you can be grounded in. Then I want you to lift up through the heart and pull the shoulder blades together so that you feel the spine nice and tall. And then find that smile for your face. Close the eyes and start to bring all of your awareness to your breath, breathing deeply in and out of the nose. And as you start to feel the body settle into this pose, just a simple seated position, can you also close the eyes here and feel your surroundings around you? Be thankful for where you are in this moment and release any urgency that you might be feeling to rush to the next thing. And if you haven't done so already, let's seal the lips and start to bring that awareness now to your breath that is coming in and out of the nose. Notice if you're rushing the breath. Are you taking deep breaths to fill your entire container with fresh oxygen? Just start to become aware internally of what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and where you are in this moment. Take 2 more breaths here. We'll bring the hands together in front of the heart. Keep the eyes closed and the lips sealed. And we'll take 3 breaths into the body here to begin our practice. So keep the lips sealed as we begin. And take 2 more internal breaths. One last time. And keep the hands at the heart and feel all of your awareness to this moment right here. The thumbs connecting to the heart, the breath breathing in and out of the nose. And then 1 breath in the nose and out of the mouth to begin. Big, deep inhale in. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And then you'll seal the lips, blink the eyes open. Try and keep a smile on your face. Sometimes when we start to practice, we get that scowl in between the eyebrows. So as you notice that, maybe bring a smile back to your face. We're going to cross over the ankles and come into table pose. Spread the fingers nice and wide and have the tops of the feet pressing onto the floor. Spread the fingers wide, but rotate the weight in between the pointer finger and thumb. So our foundation is always the main point here. It doesn't matter what shapes that the body takes because everyone's shape will be different, but it's really the foundation that we start with. So feel the shins, the tops of the feet pressing into the floor just as much as your palms. And then feel that spread of the shoulder blades. You don't want it to be like cat pose, but you just want a slight spread. You don't want the shoulders to be dumping in between or the chest to be dumping in between the shoulders. So press the earth away. Feel the ears in line with your shoulders and reach the head forward and your booty back. Then I want you just to make those circle shapes that we started with last week kind of rocking into the hands, rocking into the wrists. Feel the weight coming to the outer portion of the hands. And do that one more time in this direction. And then let's pause and go the opposite direction. So a lot of times we forget about our wrists. We're probably on the computer or on our phones a little bit more now these days. So we just need to make sure that we're bringing the blood flow into all areas of the body. So one more breath here. And then let's turn both of the palms with the fingers pointing towards the knees. This might be a little bit intense for people, so make any adjustments that you need to. And as you press the palms into the floor, I want you to reach the heart forward. We're going to do cat-cow this way. So reach the heart forward. As you exhale, round the back, bring the chin towards the chest. Keep pressing the knees into the floor. Inhale the heart forward, tailbone presses back, and then exhale to round, chin towards the chest and pull the belly button towards the spine. Do that one more time. Inhale to lengthen the heart forward, tailbone back, and then exhale to round. Replace the palms, fingers pointing forward. You can shake it out. For me, that's pretty intense on my wrist. So if you need to do any movements here. And then we're going to thread the needle here to get into the outer part of the shoulder. So I'm going to give you two options. This first option, you can extend the right arm up, and then you can thread underneath the chin, underneath the left armpit, and you'd come onto the right side of the face. And then keep the right hand here or do any movements that feel good to you. If this isn't feeling good coming forward, you could do the same pose on your shins or on your booty. Just bring the right arm across the body and hug it with that left hand. And so wherever you end up being, let's take a couple of breaths here. Close the eyes. Bring all of your awareness back to that breath that you started with. Again, there's no rush. There's no urgency to move. You just need to settle here in this moment right now. Take a big, deep breath in and a full breath out. Do that one more time. Big inhale and a full exhale. Release this pose and we'll come on to the opposite side. If you're on your hands and knees, spiral that arm up to the ceiling. And then if you're on the shins, go ahead and do the same thing with that right arm. You can kind of stretch it out to the ceiling. And then find your grounding once again. So if you're on the hands and knees, find that foundation. Inhale to spiral the left hand up. Now as you exhale, you'll thread underneath the chin, underneath the right armpit, come onto the left side of the face. So I'll stay here for this side. Keep the right hand in front of the face. You can extend it up towards the front or rotate it to the back. And then again, close the eyes so you can bring all of your awareness back to your breath. Take 2 long, deep breaths in and out of the body here. Take one more cycle. And then when you're ready, release the pose. Extend the left arm up to the ceiling. Find that stretch in the left shoulder. We'll all come back onto the hands and knees. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Ground into the palms and rotate the weight in between the pointer finger and thumb. Take a big, deep breath in. Reach the heart forward. Now, as you exhale, I want you to round the back now. Cat-cow the regular with the hands regular. Inhale the heart forward. And then exhale to round. Pause here with the back rounded. Bring the chin towards the chest a little bit more. Bring the belly button closer to the spine. Press the earth away and feel that lengthening in the back of the neck through the spine. Maybe you're starting to feel a tiny bit of heat building through the spine. Don't forget to breathe here. One more cycle. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Now inhale, reach the heart forward, look up. Pause here in cow pose. Feel the tailbone reaching back. Feel the sternum lifting up towards the chin and the shoulders softening from the ears. Full cycle of breath in and a full breath out. Find your neutral spine. Tuck the toes, hover the toes just slightly. Take a big breath in, press the tailbone back. And then use your exhale when you're ready to lift the hips, and we'll come into downward facing dog. So if this is your first downward dog of the day, do anything that feels good. If you want to be in stillness, that's great. Feel the heels reaching for the floor, hamstrings reaching for that back wall behind you, and the tailbone lifting high to the ceiling. As you press the palms down, feel like you're trying to stretch the carpet forward in front of you. And then the heart is going to press closer to the thighs. So press all of the weight back through the palms. If you want to bring some movement in here, go ahead and do so. You can pedal the feet out, maybe even twist the hips from side to side. And then I just want you to take maybe 2 or 3 breaths on your own, being wherever you want to be here. Take one more cycle, starting to find stillness. And then when you're ready, come into stillness, reach the tailbone as high as possible, reach the palms forward. So this is just a sneaky way to get a little bit of arm action here. So as you press the palms down and forward, can you lift the booty up a little bit higher? One more full breath. And see if you can keep the legs straight. Start to tiptoe the feet to the back of the palms. See how long you can keep the legs straight. And then once you get the toes there, release the heels, grab for opposite elbows, roll the weight into the feet. As you bring the heart closer to the thighs, maybe you sway from side to side, get into the low back. The weight's going to be in the toes so that the tailbone can point higher to the ceiling. Once you find what works for you, take a few breaths here, just letting everything go. Stay with your breath. Keep the lips sealed. Take one more cycle here. Release the hands for the floor. As you inhale, come up with a flat back. You can keep the fingertips on the floor or bring the hands to the shins. But feel the chin slightly tucked and the ears in line with the shoulders. One more breath in. Exhale to release. Let's do that one more time. Flat back. Inhale. Ears stay in line with the shoulders. Roll the weight into the toes. Exhale to fold forward. Put a bend in the knees. On your inhale, you're going to rise all the way up. Look at the palms as they touch overhead. And then as you exhale, pull the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes. Take a big, deep breath in and a full breath out. One more cycle. And then blink the eyes open. Make sure you have that little smile on your face. Feet can stay hip-width distance apart, or you can have the big toes touching. I want you to drop the sit bones, come into chair pose. When you do this, exactly what it says, right? What the pose is. So sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. That's going to help protect the core and the low back, but you're also going to get a little bit of core work. As you sit the booty down farther, can you push it back? Arms are right alongside the ears. If that's too much today, then have the hands at the hips or the heart. We'll take one more breath in, and then use your exhale to forward fold all the way over the thighs. Inhale with a flat back, hands come to the shins. Reach the crown forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale to rise all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale to pull the hands to the heart. Let's do that one more time. Drop the sit bones, bend the knees, arms right alongside the ears. Soften the shoulders. Take one more breath in to sit a little bit lower. Exhale to forward fold. Stay in this forward fold. Bring the arms behind the back now. And then lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Roll a little bit of weight into the toes. You can kind of twist if you would like. You can put a slight bend in the knees. If it's too much for the hands, then rest the palms on the low back. Wherever you are, you can still feel the tops of the shoulders pulling away from the ears. That weight should be in the balls of the toes. One more cycle here. Release the hands now all the way down. Inhale, find that flat back, hands to the shins or onto the floor. Exhale to forward fold. We're going to bend the knees, plant the palms, find your plank pose, probably my favorite pose for some reason. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Find that weight in between the pointer finger and thumb again. And then I always am telling you, don't lift the booty too high because you're putting too much weight into the palms here. And you don't want to sag the hips. See if you can find a nice long line of energy. Ears in line with the shoulders, shoulders in line with the hips, and all of that energy is reaching out of the heels. Keep pressing the earth away. Take another full cycle of breath here. You're going to inhale to rock the shoulders forward. When you exhale, lower just halfway so that the elbows are in line with the torso. Come onto the tops of the feet. Press into the tops of the feet and the palms for upward facing dog. And then exhale to roll over the toes. Find your downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Feel the sit bones lifting nice and high. Heart pressing back for the thighs. Take 1 more cycle. And then inhale to come up onto the tippy toes. Look forward. Walk the toes behind the hands. Lower the heels. Inhale, find the hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale to rise all the way up. And then as you exhale, come right into chair pose. Drop the sit bones and bend the knees. Belly button pulls up to the spine. Sit a little bit lower. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to fold forward. Plant the palms, step into plank pose. Pause in plank pose. Press the floor away. Find that slight spread of the shoulder blades. Keep reaching the crown forward and then the heels back. Take 1 more full cycle of breath. This time I want you to rock the shoulders forward. As you exhale, lower all the way down nice and slow. Keep the hands right where they are in line with the chest. Zipper the feet together and press the tops of the feet onto the floor. Roll the shoulder blades back and then lift through the back of the head. Baby cobra. Hug the elbows really close to the torso. Press into the palms and the tops of the feet. Lift through the back of the head for 1 more breath. And then you'll release all the way down. Inhale to tuck the toes, firm the thighs. Use your exhale to come back into downward facing dog. You can use the knees to help you as well. As you lift the hips, find your foundation. Press the palms into the floor. Heels reach back. Take 1 more cycle of breath here. On your inhale, right leg lifts. Look forward, plant that foot between the palms. I like to come up onto the fingertips, and then we're gonna shorten and widen the stance for warrior 1. So that back foot, step it out and over to the left about 6 inches. And then we'll rotate the heel down. So the heels should not intersect. You should be on 2 separate tracks. Put a bend in the front knee. When you're ready, inhale to rise into warrior 1. As you sink into that front knee, feel the hips pulling in line with one another. So sometimes it helps to pull that right hip back and in line with the left. If it's too much on this knee, you can always come off that knee, but I don't want it going past the ankle. And then look at this back foot. Seal the outer edge of the back foot to the floor. Arms right alongside the ears. Navel lifts up towards the chin. Rotate the pinkies towards one another. Take a big full breath here. 1 more cycle of breath. I want you to bring the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Feel the right thumb on top. Extend the knuckles down for that back heel. Straighten through this front leg and press into the ball of the right toe. Inhale to lift the heart. And when you exhale, you're going to hinge forward. Keep pressing into the ball of both feet. Maybe lift the arms off the low back. And keep the front leg straight and still feel the outer edge of the left foot sealed to the floor as well. One more cycle of breath here, maybe gazing at the back foot or that front foot, whichever feels best for your neck. Take one more full breath. And then I want you to keep the legs how they are. Release the hands all the way down. Right hand is going to come to the outside of the right foot or to your shin. Keep pressing into the ball of that right foot. Don't lock out the right knee. If you need to, put a slight bend. And then this left hand, you're going to spiral up to the ceiling or find your left hip. The right ribs rotate over, and we're just in a modified triangle pose here. So as you lift the left fingertips up to the ceiling, can you feel that stretch in the low back here? Keep pressing both of the feet into the floor evenly. Take another cycle of breath. On your inhale, I want you to look down, bring the left hand down, bend into the knee, plant the palms, step back and find your plank pose. Ground the palms into the floor, press the earth away. On your inhale, rock the shoulders forward. When you exhale, your choice, either upward facing dog or cobra. On your inhale, come into your back bend. And then exhale, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. Reach the heels for the floor, press the fingertips forward. Take 3 breaths here. And you can always open the mouth to let a little bit of the heat out, but it's really best to try and keep that heat within the body. And take one more cycle wherever you are. And we just have one more side. On your next inhale, left leg lifts, look forward, plant the foot between the palms. So again, come up onto the fingertips if that's helpful. I always start with a little bend in the knee, so then that way we can step the back foot out and up to find warrior one. Seal the right foot down to the floor, the heel down. When you're ready, you'll rise up into your warrior one. If you need to adjust the stance, you can do so. It doesn't have to be so wide. You just don't want the heels on the same line of energy today. And as you feel the right foot sealed to the floor, arms come right alongside the ears, bend in that front knee, and then feel the hips come in line. So on this side, you want to pull maybe the left hip back so that the right hip comes in line with the left. And as you rotate the pinkies towards one another, if the arms are lifted, feel the shoulder blades releasing down the back. Take 2 breaths here. Can you feel the navel lifting up towards the sternum? Feel the back of the neck nice and long. And then we'll bring the hands behind the back. This time the left thumb is going to interlace on top. Release the hands down for the floor. Straighten through that front leg. As you inhale, lift up through the torso. Exhale to hinge over that straight leg. Press the ball of the left foot into the floor. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Feel the collarbone, move away from the chin. You can tuck the chin towards the chest to gaze back at the back foot or look forward at the left foot. Wherever you are, find your breath. Notice if the mind is wandering. Are you able to come back to where you are on the mat? One more full cycle. And then you'll release the hands all the way down to the floor. Left hand comes to the outside of the left foot or to this left shin. Begin to rotate the torso. Left ribs rotate to the right. Extend the right hand up to the ceiling. You should feel this now on the right outer hip and low back. Keep pressing both feet into the floor evenly. See if you can use these right fingertips to open up through that right side of the chest. One more full breath. Use your inhale to unwind. Right hand comes down to the floor. Bend in the left knee. Step back, find your plank pose. So towards the end of our practice, if plank is starting to get a little much, you can always drop the knees to find that table pose. But let's just stay in this pose for a little bit longer here if you can. Reach the heels back. See if you can get lighter with the toes, lighter with the palms. Navel comes to the spine. As you extend the heels back, can you reach the crown of the head forward? Soften the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. Take another full cycle of breath here. And then this time I want you to rock the shoulders forward, bend at the elbows, lower halfway and hold. Inhale to press back up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to rock the shoulders forward. Exhale to lower halfway. Inhale to press back up. This time we're going to lower all the way down, but I do want you to hold it. So rock the shoulders forward, lower halfway, hold. Take another breath in, and then very slowly release all the way down. Untuck the toes and zipper the feet together, and then let's bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Tops of the hands are wide, and you're pressing the forearms into the floor for Sphinx pose. Lift the sternum up towards the chin. Shoulder blades move towards the sit bones. As you press the tops of the feet into the floor, I want you to press them into the floor so both legs get engaged. Take a couple breaths here. See if you can slow the heart rate down. And come back to this moment here. If the mind has wandered to your to-do list, just let that go. Come back to your mat. Take one more full breath here. And then we're going to go ahead and come onto our backs. Bring the knees into the chest. You can rock from side to side if that feels good. As you hold the knees into the chest, feel the low back softening towards the floor. Keep the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg out. See if you can hug the knee in, but feel the right hip pressing forward towards the left foot. Big, deep breath in and a full breath out. Open the right arm out to a T. Keep the left hand on the knee. Inhale to bring space into the body. And then as you exhale, pull the right knee across the body. Come into your twist. You can look up towards the ceiling or gaze towards this right hand. And then roll out the right wrist. Make some fists with that right hand. And then let's come into stillness. Close the eyes. Big breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale to come back to center. Place the right foot on the floor. Bring the left foot in. And just press into the feet so that the hips are still aligned with the shoulders. Bring the left knee into the chest. Extend the right foot out. And as you pull the right knee in, can you feel the left hip pressing forward? Soften here. Take a big full breath. And keep the right hand on the knee. Open the left arm out. As you inhale, feel space coming into the body with your breath. And then exhale, navel to the spine, come into your twist. Gaze to the ceiling or towards the left hand. You can roll out the left wrist in one direction. Maybe pay attention to which hand and wrist feels tighter. And then maybe make any adjustments throughout your day. Take one more breath here in silence and stillness. And then we'll come back to center. Place the left foot on the floor. Bring the right foot in. Hug both knees back into the chest. As you soften the shoulders down the back, take this last breath here. And then come up to seated. You can rock up to seated or come onto your side. Find your cross-legged position. Rock the sit bones again from side to side so you can ground into the floor. As you lift up through the heart, pull the shoulder blades together. And just close the eyes here. All of your awareness coming back to your breath. And back to this immediate moment here. Keep the eyes closed if possible. Inhale the arms out and up. Feel the palms touch. When you exhale, you're going to twist towards the right knee. Left hand on top of that right thigh. Use the right hand to lift through the heart, and you'll gaze over the right shoulder. Maybe a few shakes yes and no with the head. And then pause here with the gaze over the right shoulder. Keep lifting up through the sternum. Take one full breath here. Use your inhale to come back to center with the arms, and then exhale to the opposite side. Right hand on top of the left thigh. Use the left fingertips to lift through the heart and gaze over the back shoulder. Maybe a few shakes yes with the head, or a few shakes no. Gaze stays over that back shoulder. Take another full cycle of breath to settle here. Use your inhale to come back to center, arms right alongside the ears. Feel the palms touch overhead. Exhale to pull the hands to the heart with the eyes closed. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So we'll take this moment here, maybe 3 to 5 breaths in stillness and in silence. After that last breath, pause here. Bring the thumbs to the forehead and blink the eyes open. Namaste. So something to remember in our daily lives and our practice is how we are giving up the moment. And this came up for me this weekend with my girlfriends when we were out and we were enjoying our time. And we're thinking about already planning the next trip, the next time. And we haven't even finished the time that we were experiencing with each other. So think about that as you are doing your workouts today, as you are interacting with people. Are you just doing them to check them off of your list? Are you actually engaging with the people around you? Are you engaging with your own life? So something to think about as you do some of those even, repetitive tasks of washing dishes, of taking the trash out, or taking a shower. Can you really be in the moment and be thankful for each breath that you are given today? So thanks for your time. I hope that you had a good practice. I hope that I didn't go over and I'm not too early because I forgot to set a timer. But if you guys have any questions, then just shoot me a text or an email, and I'll be here tomorrow 9 a.m. for another 30-minute class. Hope you guys have a really great day. See you later.